Shalom, shalom. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, HaRawchaa, Ba'ashem, Qadash. Yahweh is the Most High God, and HaRawchaa is who the world illingly calls Jesus the Christ. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well through the Spirit, Lord willing that they can continue to endure and be sincere. In a mighty shalom to the hopeful elect that are scattered four corners of the earth, teaching His word and believing His word in the same Spirit that they endure and be sincere. Shalom to the Akwakim that are believers of the faith and the truth, but willing that you can continue to pursue your lot, which is being a loving and silent and virtuous wife. And Lord willing, the Most have mercy on the other brothers and sisters that's not in the faith. The title of this lesson, this is just going into the basics. Everybody is not going to get this understanding. There's going to be many that's going to have a hardened heart, and only a few are going to grow daily because they're moving diligently, wanting to grow. Something within them is trying to seek what they already had before, right? Because when you go to 1 John 2 and 21, let me actually go to it on the side because I don't want to butcher it, right? This is 1 John chapter 2, verse 21 in the KJV, and it reads, I have not written unto you because ye know not the truth, but because ye know it, and that no lie is of the truth. And the only ones that's gonna know this truth is the one that it was given to. It was always a wicked seed in the royal nation, the chosen nation of Yahweh Ba'ashem HaRawchaa. Lord willing, this even led me to another lesson that I'm going to do, Lord willing, later on in this morning. This is Arthur W. Pink. This is a quote that he wrote. He said, the Bible is no lazy man's book. Much of its treasures, like the valuable minerals stored in the bowels of the earth, only yield up themselves to the diligent seeker, right? To be diligent, you have to be daily seeking at the door of Hamashiach Yahushai. And the Lord is going to open, because if you seek, you shall find. If you knock, it shall be open. If you ask, you will be answered, right? So the whole point of this lesson is to show us as an example. The other nations can't get this, let alone the way that they're treating us is their heart is hardened, just like Pharaoh, right? And he was told to let the Lord's people go, but the Lord hardened his heart. And then you even have the children of Israel. When the Lord did all these miracles in front of you, and then you go back into your ways, is because your heart got hardened from the fear of the Lord, right? Because when we go do something of the flesh, we start to not fear or think of the Lord, right? So this is Romans chapter 9. I'm gonna go to Romans chapter 9, and I'm gonna read I believe verse 17 to 18 in the NLT, and this is what it reads. It says, for the scriptures say that God told Pharaoh, I have appointed you for the very purpose of displaying my power in you, to spread my fame throughout the earth. So the Lord is using the new Pharaoh of modern time, which is the nation of Esau. This is not for ones that don't believe Esau's Esau. This is the ones that do believe. And the ones that don't believe, the new Pharaoh of this Egypt, of this Egypt, which means bondage, the before 1776, the children of Israel were in bondage. They were in servitude, right? And then America got established, but they were still under servitude outside of the physical affliction. They started to be oppressed through finance, mental and spiritual, right? So this is the new Pharaoh that the Lord is going to use to display his power. And he making nukes. Isaiah 54 verse 16, it should motivate you that the Lord said in that verse, he created the smith. The smith is a man, and that smith was the engineer of the Germans, right? Which today is Esau, right? Because Esau took over the main Japhet, places, on the earth. Russia, right? Germany, Turkey, Germany Major and Minor is part of the Edomite heads, when they started to go into Europe, but it's two types of Pharaoh, right? You got these small head Juju beings, and then you got the other Edomites that's against the Juju beings or against America, right? Now let's stay on topic, verse 18 in the NLT. So you see, God chooses to show mercy to some, which is really the children of Israel, and he chooses to harden the hearts of others so they refuse to listen, right? So the ones that he chooses to have mercy on is the elect of the nation of Israel, and the ones that he hardened in his nation is the ones that refuse to listen, right? This truth, this ministry wasn't for the other nations, right? Because when you go into Israel, when we go into Egypt, all Israel was taken out. But when Moses went up to Mount Sinai to get the commandments, the laws for us, right, it was a good amount, a good handful that went away from the Lord. It was just a few, just like in the time of Noah. Only a few under Noah was considered righteous, right? Noah was righteous and his whole family was preserved, and the rest got destroyed, right? The sons of God got destroyed because they started to cleave to the ways of the world. Us being in this flesh, ever since the Adam and Eve situation, now we're in this corrupt flesh, right? So I got another one. Let me get it real quick. This is Romans chapter 11 and verse 7 in the KJV. It says, "What then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded." Right? And this is a prime example to show, especially when you're going into the New Testament, right? And for Paul's ministry to be to the Gentiles, when all Israel was scattered four corners of the earth and the uttermost part of the earth, which is the end of the earth, where a lot of us is at in America, we all grew up in a Gentile mindset, walking like Gentiles in the flesh, doing holidays and serving another God that our forefathers never worshiped, that identify the wood and stone, right? But eventually, some are going to wake up from their dead estate, Revelations chapter 11, verse 8 to 11, and they're going to stand on their feet, and they're going to understand the Old Testament all the way to the New Testament. They're going to get in between, going into the history and the Apocrypha and the wisdom and the knowledge throughout the whole scriptures, right? What is that? Matthew, the 13th chapter, verse 11. The Lord is speaking parables because everybody can't get it. But the ones that's going to get it, they were appointed to know the mysteries, starting with the men, because the men is the head of the nation, right? Revelations chapter 21. Let me get that real quick. I think I'm going to be using this for my other video. Revelations chapter 21, verse 3. "And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of God is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and God himself shall be with them and be their power." So the men of the Lord has to get this truth so that they can go and do the same thing their forefathers, the prophets of old, right? The apostles, the evangelists, and the teachers going out to the highways and byways and bidding as many people that are true believers of his word. And you're gonna have pastors that's gonna seem like they're true believers, but they're really not, right? Let me get one more and then I'm gonna close. 2 Corinthians chapter 4, and I'm gonna read verse 3 and 4 in the NLT. It says, "If the good news we preach is hidden behind a veil, it is hidden only from people who are perishing," right? Because it's plain and simple. Somebody has to fit the role of perishing. John 3:16. And only the elect out of their nation is going to cleave and understand this truth. Everybody they always speak about the elect, always speak about the elect. The elect is the saints. The elect are the ones that's going to get it. So hell yeah, we speaking about the elect, because the Lord is not coming to save all of Israel, right? Because if he was saving all of Israel, the ones that this message is hidden from, why are they going to perish? So that means the ones that's not going to perish are the elect, right? Verse 4, it says, "Satan, who is the god of this world, has blinded the minds of those who don't believe. They are unable to see the glorious light of the good news. They don't understand this message about the glory of Hamashiach, who is the exact likeness of God, right? How are they able to be distracted? How are they able to be misled, right? It's because they're friends with the world. And that's in James 4:4. If you're a friend of the world, you can't please the Lord. And guess what? You can't be a child or a friend of Hamashiach if you are a friend of the world. James 4:4 in the KJV, ye adulterers and adulteress, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity, right, with God, is an enemy. Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is an enemy of God. So if the prince of power on this side have any of the children of Israel distracted and enjoying their captivity, enjoying this world, Salaki, if you're friends with the world, then that shows that you're an enemy of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And there's no way you can turn that around. Hey, Lord willing, the Most High moving you to be edified and grow in this understanding. I can't make you. You can't make yourself. St. John 6:44, the Lord is going to draw you to his son. And the son is going to is going to lift you up in the last days, right? And in these last days, 1 Timothy 1:12, he's going to enable you. He's going to turn you on, right? And you're going to desire this truth. You're not going to be a lazy person or a brutish person. Every day, you're going to make your call and election sure. And you're going to sharpen your sword and be guided through the scriptures by men that already been in this labor. So, Lord willing, this is edifying to the hopeful elect, regardless if you hear or bear. Again, the title of this lesson is, all are not going to get it. Many are going to be blind. And with that, shalom, all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Qadash.